Deciding the next character to make one of these videos for is always very difficult. And while there was a lot of different suggestions in the comments of the last video, there was not really one universally agreed upon character. But one that people did seem quite interested in was knowing more about Ganondorf, so I decided to go with Ganondorf. Now displaying his classic Ocarina of Time design, the Gerudo King is back. Ganondorf has always been a rather, let's say, interesting character. On one side, he possesses some of the most powerful moves in the game. With his insanely high kill potential and strength, he's always a scary opponent to face. Though sadly, being the king of evil does not evade you from Newton's third law. And all of this power comes at the expense of movement, and that is quite a big expense. Ganondorf has arguably some of the worst movements in all of Smash history. With his outright awful airspeed combined with his less than stellar ground speed, Ganon finds himself often boxed out by characters that either outrange him or outspeed him. Which sadly is a lot of characters. All his power is rendered pointless when he just can't manage to establish a neutral presence. His lack of airspeed also makes his recovery very weak and exploitable. And these are the reasons he has been considered low tier for most of the Smash entries he has appeared in. He's pretty okay in Melee though. But are these issues addressed in Smash Ultimate? Why don't we take a look at just that? As usual, the game is not finished yet, and all information in this video might not be applicable to the final version of the game, as well as the fact that I did not play this game myself, and all assessments in this video is purely speculation. Why don't we start out with the big guns? Ganon finally decided to actually use his sword. And by that, Ganon has received 3 brand new smash attacks. His up smash is now replaced with a sword traveling at an arc over his head. Ganondorf's up smash in Smash 4 is arguably one of the greatest up smash in the game. It's fairly fast for up smash standards, has ridiculous power, solid rage, and barely any lag at all. In Ultimate, his up smash does not really seem to be that great. Sure, it undeniably has more range, and probably is more consistent for anti-airing, but its startup and end lag is notably higher. It still seems to be very powerful, but the fact that it is no longer safe on shield is quite a letdown. Sadly, his side smashes don't really seem to fare much better. They have a lot more range than before, and not even that much more startup. But it seems to deal significantly less shield stun, making it completely unsafe on shield. And while it looks very powerful on hit, you still have to actually hit it. His new down smash is pretty much identical to Cloud's down smash, which honestly still very much works the same way as his Smash 4 down smash. One hit that knocks you into another. The angle seems to be a bit better for killing close to the ledge, but aside from that, it works almost the same. Although there is this clip which I don't quite know what to make of. This could just be a rare thing that happens sometimes, just like with Cloud's down smash. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So, Ganon's new smashes might not be as flashy as they initially seemed, but what else has changed? Why don't we take a look at his aerials? And oh boy, is there something to look at here. His Nair seems to have significantly less lag now. You might have already seen this clip, but like, seriously, that looks dangerous. This is also due to the fact that Ganon now has a much faster jump squat. Going down from a disgusting 7 frames to a much better 3 or 4 frames, it's kind of hard to tell. Forward air seems to have less lag than before, and it still seems to be as powerful as it was in Smash 4. Though its range and lag still makes it an unsafe option in neutral. Back air remains as a fast and powerful aerial capable of closing out stocks at very low percentages. It was already quite safe on shield in Smash 4, and now it just has even less lag, making it even more safe. There is really nothing more to say about it, it's just a very solid move. Then there is his up air, which remains true to its Smash 4 iteration. It's still a very solid edgeguarding tool, having a very sharp angle that can surely kill any opponent that loses their jump. With its reduced landing lag, it can also work as an anti-air option. And last, but certainly not least, there is his down air. Legends do tell that this is the physical embodiment of disrespect, and that title still looks appropriate. With the less landing lag, it now looks much easier to combo after a hit on a grounded opponent. And should you land it on an offstage opponent, they can kiss their stock goodbye. Ganondorf's special seems mostly unchanged. His up B still launches him upwards and still has a command grab. This move is not terrible on its own, but with Ganon's awful airspeed, if you don't have a jump, it's really not gonna do you much favors. Sadly, Ganon's airspeed is almost the same as in Smash 4. He can still easily end up in situations where he simply has to up B into an easy edgeguard to even have a chance to make it back to the stage. And sometimes he doesn't even make it at all. The Warlock Punch is, well, still really bad. It has a new flashy cinematic KO, which we will probably never see outside of a shield break punish. It still has armor, but sadly the move has just always been too slow to be useful. and I don't think that is going to be changing for Smash Ultimate. Flame Choke is command grabbier than ever. On a missed tech or a tech in place, it still seems like you can get a guaranteed down tilt follow-up. And it still allows for interesting tech chase interactions. Ganon's down B, the Wizard's Foot, yes, that is actually what it's called, seems to be a bit buffed. It comes out faster and seemingly has less landing lag. It's one of Ganon's more explosive options, something that Ganon does need. It being faster is only good in that regard. It still goes off stage, and it seems like the momentum is a lot better to actually being able to edgeguard afterwards. It looks promising. Now, I want to bring special attention to Ganon's dash in Ultimate. His new dash, while similar to the Smash 4 one, now travels a bit further. Combined with the new dash cancelling mechanic, this might help Ganon with some of his previously mentioned problems. Ganon's tilts were always strong, but getting into a range where they actually would be useful was always a problem. With dash cancelling, you can now move and then tilt at an optimal range. Speaking of his tilts, up tilts looks a lot better than in Smash 4. Granted, that's not saying a lot, since its Smash 4 version was borderline unusable. It's much faster, about half the time of the original. And while it's probably not going to be that much more useful, since it's still very slow and committal, it at least has a usage now. I can see this being used at the ledge against characters with exploitable recoveries or in hard read situations. F-tilt is still a very strong tilt, launching at a very unforgivable angle. Down tilt is the same story, almost identical to Smash 4, with no notable changes. His dash attack seems to travel a little further. Ganon's dash attack was one of Ganon's only zone-breaking tools in Smash 4, something he really needs. Though with dash cancelling being a thing in Smash Ultimate, I don't really know how useful it will actually be. When it comes to his jab, it almost seems identical. It's Ganon's fastest option in neutral, and while it's not that great of a move, it's still much better than nothing. Let's move on to his grab. And this is where things get interesting. From what it looks like, down throw can now combo into aerials, or at least nair. Now this could be DI dependent, I'm not really certain. As you can see in this clip, it's both possible that this was just poor execution or that it actually is DI dependent. Though in this clip you can actually see that it is clearly positive on throw, so at worst it could be a 50-50. I guess we'll have to wait and see. As for his other throws, it does not look like they have anything special to them. None of them kill or combo, so there isn't too much more to say about them. But that's about it for Ganondorf. This video took me a little longer than I wanted it to, but that happens sometimes. I can't make any promises as to when the next character analysis video is going to happen, but it will happen in the near future. Also, one last thing, last time I asked you guys to pitch in on what character you wanted to see next. And I'm going to do the same thing here. If there is a character from this screen that you want to see in a future video, leave a comment about it below. Is this a time where Ganondorf can overcome his shortcomings and reign supreme as the king of evil? I suppose only time will tell. And as always, thank you so much for watching.